Hey guys, what's up? It's JR Cuber, and in this video we have an unboxing from Lights Camera Cubing. I'm very excited about this, so let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. Okay, so in here we have a package and then a letter here. So we'll go ahead and read the letter first. It says, "Hi Jesse, this is the 5x5 Spikey Cube. It is a 5x5 shape and sticker mod that introduces a new level of complexity due to the unique color scheme on the spikes. The solve is very similar to shape mods like the Ultramorphics, seeing that each of the pieces has a dedicated solve position. The base puzzle is the MF5 from the Cubing Classroom series. I find that the puzzle is extremely smooth and moves very easily without lube. The spikes and stickers were all printed by RC Pongo, so all credit goes to him for making this puzzle possible. This puzzle looks amazing when it's scrambled, and the solve is very enjoyable. Thanks for checking out my design. Daniel Gregg or Lights Camera Cubing." Alright, so let's get into this. I'm very, very excited. We'll just go ahead and cut through this tape. Alright, and here it is. So here is the puzzle. This is the 5x5 Spikey Cube. Wow, this looks absolutely incredible in person. It looks amazing on video, but to actually hold it is really something else. As you'd imagine, it's actually quite sharp, so the points are very pointy at the top. So holding it is, yeah, it's pretty sharp, you know? And then turning is very smooth. You wouldn't want it to be stiff at all because you'd have to apply more pressure and wouldn't be that comfortable. But yeah, this is how it turns. It is just a 5x5, but yeah, this is basically an extension mod to a normal 5x5. So glued on here are a whole bunch of these tiny little spikes that were printed by RC Pongo. So 3D printed spikes, which of course makes a lot of sense. It wouldn't really make sense to make each little tiny spike by hand. That would just seems way too complicated. But yeah, this is a very, very cool puzzle. So if you guys don't know, Lights Camera Cubing actually does have a 3x3 version of this puzzle that he did make by hand. That one's also very impressive. I saw it at Nationals last year, and it was definitely very, very cool. So it's really cool to see a bigger version of the puzzle. So Lights Camera Cubing is a relatively new YouTube cuber. He's got a pretty big channel at this point. He makes some very, very awesome videos in this dual camera format that I'm doing right now as well. I actually got the inspiration from him. So if you guys haven't checked out his channel, definitely be sure to do that. The link will be down in the description below as always. And I want to give a huge thank you to him for sending this puzzle over so I could show it to you guys. So this is actually the solved state of the puzzle. It's a little bit unclear how it's supposed to be solved, but basically this right here is the white face because all of the white pieces are all pointing this way. So if you look at it like this, you have white all around it, and then if you turn it, you can see all the white going in this direction on every side. So if I go here, this is red, right? So we have red here, and then all the red pieces pointing up to this side, but there's no actual red on this, what is the red face. What's nice is that every single spike on each side is exactly the same, so when it's all scrambled, if you just look at the center, then you know exactly what what color combo spike needs to be next to it. So in a way, it's going to solve very similarly to just a normal 5x5 because that's how normal 5x5s work, obviously. But you do get some supercube elements because the centers all need to go back to their exact locations where they were when it was solved. I do know how to solve a 5x5 Supercube. It's really not all that difficult, so I shouldn't have too many problems with this. So I'm very excited to scramble it up now and see what it's like solving. So let's go ahead and scramble it. It already looks kind of scrambled when it's solved, so just scrambling it turns it into even more of a colorful jumbled mess. So wow, that looks amazing when it's scrambled. That's awesome. Yeah, the turning is great. You can see you can move it quite quickly actually. Because it's so flexible and loose, you know, you don't have to worry about locking up too much. So that's of course very nice. So that's about a full scramble like that. Just an absolute mess of colors. Yeah, it looks really beautiful. Definitely a very unique design, a very, very cool puzzle. So I'm just gonna say we'll start with this center right here. So we'll just go from there and I will update you guys along the way. Alright, so there is one center done right there, and something I've also just realized is that the opposite colors are the same. So if you see this center has yellow, blue, green, and white, and then this one also has yellow, blue, green, and white. I didn't notice that before. So there's basically two sets of identical pieces, but they're kind of like flipped. So I could put in a piece that, like this corner, that would go right here, and it would exactly fit, except that two of the colors would be in the wrong spots. So basically that means you kind of have to look around for just these specific pieces and not the ones that go on the opposite side. So now that this one's done, this one's going to be a whole lot faster because all the pieces left are definitely going to be going right here. So let's just go ahead and keep going. Alright, so now this side is done and this center is done. So let's go ahead and keep going. I'm going to go ahead and pick this center to do next, and then I'll do this one and I guess the adjacent one, even though the opposite one is the same. We'll do these two and then save these two for last. Alright, so now this center and this center is done, so now we just have these last two. So let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay, this center is now done, so now we just have to move all these pieces around and get this one done. So this is a bit of a process, and I'm not sure I know exactly how to do it. I don't have to do it that often because I don't solve 5x5 shape mods that often. It's a little bit different for each one, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to figure it out. Alright, there we go. That center is now done. That really didn't take that long at all. That was actually a bit easier than I was thinking it was going to be, so now we're just on to edge pairing, so let's go ahead and do that. Don't think edge pairing will be too difficult, but I guess we will see. Alright, so it looks like edges are done now, so we just now need to solve this like a 3x3. Alright, we finally got the first two layers done. That actually took way longer than I thought it would. Pieces are actually pretty hard to find in terms of like where they're supposed to go for the 3x3 stage, but we finally got it done, so now on to last layer. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and there isn't some sort of unseen parity or anything, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, there we go. I got it solved, finally. So I'd say that solve took about 30 minutes or so, so a fairly decent amount of time. 3x3 stage is actually probably most difficult, honestly, because there's a lot of trial and error with trying to figure out which piece goes where, and it's kind of hard to figure out which pieces you've already tried and which pieces you still need to try, and it's not entirely obvious which piece is supposed to go where, so that part was difficult, but centers wasn't too bad, edges wasn't too bad. Overall, it definitely wasn't too tricky, just a bit of a mind bender. You have to really change your perspective to try and see the face as the outside colors, so saying this is green because all these are green instead of all these being green. It's a bit of a switch in perspective, but definitely a fun challenge. Anyways, guys, that about does it for the 5x5 Spikey Cube. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, make sure to check out Lights Camera Cubing's channel, which I will link down in the description below. Also, I'll go ahead and throw in RC Pongo's link down there since he did help design this puzzle. He printed the pieces as well as the stickers. I've done a video on one of his puzzles as well, the Dueling Tetra, which actually just got mass produced, which is super awesome. And he's a very, very cool designer as well. Anyways, that's about it for this video. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit that like button, turn notifications, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.